A very good morning to all of you. Myself is Amandeep Kaur. I am from GPC Khuni Majra. Today I am here for covering following topics. We will start with the network security attacks. Then we will discuss what are the active attacks, what are the passive attacks, how botnet works, what is social engineering, how the phishing attacks are to be here, and the bugs and the backdoors in detail one by one. So let's start with the what is computer network security? Obviously, computer network means when two computers are interconnected with each other, we said they are on network. They are sharing information, they are sharing resources, they are sharing their confidential data with each other. Then two important point on the computer network, two important point are to be taken care. The first is system correctness and the other is obviously the security. What is system correctness? Correctness means if user supplies expected input and system generates desired output. So this is the computer correctness, that we need accuracy. When we want to specify some of the data, we input some data and we expecting from the computer that it will generate the desired output as per our requirement. If this happen, that means our computer is safe, security is very much. If it does not happen, then what it means? It means the security of the system, the machinery of the system has some problem. It is somewhere tampered. And the one of the reason for computer tampering or software tampering can also be the loss of the security. Any unauthorized access, any viruses, any unauthorized data can be there in your system which can harm your computer, your network. If attacker supplies unexpected input and system does not fail in certain way, it means your security is being compromised. Means somebody is using your software unauthorized access to the security of the data. So if your system is not responding accordingly correctly, it means your network security being tempered. So what type of attacks can be happen with the this network on the network? There are two types of attack which can be happen in the network security. The first is the passive attacks and the other is the active attack. So what this passive attack means? When the content and the data stream is observed and then utilized in future for malicious purposes, it means this is the we are having the passive attacks. Means they are stealing our data, they are using our data, but not exactly right now. They are using it in the later on stages and we are not aware that we are being tampered or we are being attacked by some hackers. But the active attacks have some different properties. This causes the major threats to the computer user. Intimately, your computer is being hanged, your memory is being utilized and your processing speed is being slow. So these type of attacks are known as the active attacks. Now we will discuss these two type of attacks in detail. The first type of the active computer attacks are viruses. So viruses is also one of the computer network attacks which we count in the active computer network attack category, and the computer malware programs which can cause a lot of damage to the content and the operation of the system. So as we all know, viruses are very common type of attack. As we know, if we do not install any proper antivirus, then these virus malware programs are easily come to our system which damage the content and the operation of the system. our important data or important documents may be corrupted by the viruses. Another type of computer attack is the rootkit virus. It provides administrator level privileges to the hacker through the set of the programs. Using through this rootkit virus, you are not aware that, but your computer is controlled by the hacker. They are giving the commands to operate on your computer. They are using your confidential data, but you are not aware of that, and it can be your bank account details, it can be your user account details, it can be your email account details. So this rootkit virus enabled your PC to be operated by the hackers. The next type of active attack is the Trojan. Trojan is also a malware which is hidden malware utilized by the hacker for malicious attacks. And the fourth category in the computer active attacks are the worm. Worm is a self-reproducing malware which infect the data without any assistance. Suppose you open any file which already contains the worm, it replicate itself, so it utilize your memory. Then again when you click on that files, it again replicate itself. In this way, this worm is copying itself to your system and utilizing or using your memory space, which causes your computer to be slow. The next computer attack category is the passive attacks. Passive attacks are those attacks which in which your data or your information is being stealed but can be used in the later stages, and you are not aware that you are being tampered by the any hackers. The first category in the passive attacks are the eavesdropping. Eavesdropping is secretly capturing and read any confidential information on the network. Suppose any hacker is stealing your username and password, but he is not changing it. So you are not aware that your password or username is being stolen, and you are using your email ID and password and doing your all the business conversations, etc. On the same way, the hacker is also opening your email ID and all of your emails, all of your confidential data is being catched by the hackers. The next is the password based attacks. In this type of attack, it is to get password access and then change, delete or amend the network configuration. Suppose your screen password is being attacked, and then change your all the configuration of the computer. The third type of passive attacks are denial of services attack. The denial of services attack, it is the deprived of the services and the information. It means it disable you to use the resources of the network attack. Means denial of services. It is not giving you the services, resources of your own services. The next passive attacks are compromised key attack. Attacker get the secret code which is called compromised key to encrypt or validate the secret data. Means your hashing algorithm is being get by the attacker, and it is then the attacker use that code to encrypt or validate the secret key. So you are not aware that your key is being stolen. The next is identity spoofing. Identity spoofing is the attacker gains the unauthorized access over the network or a computer system by utilizing the IP address. Identity spoofing means hiding your own identity. Means they are using your IP address, they are on the network with your name, with your identity, and they are accessing or they are doing the unauthorized access over the network, but with your name, with your IP address. This is known as the identity spoofing. The last passive attack is application layer attack. These type of attacks deliberately target the server's operating system and applications. Once the damage has occurred, intruder bypass the access control and can easily get the control over the server applications, system, data and other associated user. So, this application layer attacks, they are attack your operating system, and once the damage has occurred, then they bypass your access control and they are using your system data and any other resources which you have on your system. So, these are the two types of attacks, the active and the passive attacks. The next term to be discussed is the social engineering. Social engineering is the one of the most effective routes to stealing confidential data from organizations. According to the Siemens Enterprise Communication based in Germany, in the recent Simon test, 85% of the office workers were debuted by engineering. In the social engineering, they come to you, they become your friend, they ask your personal data like your spouse name, like your date of birth, like your favorite number, your favorite color, and by getting this data, they know about you, your house number, your phone number, your personal data, your bank account details, and they easily get by making you friend. And this type of attacks can also be happened, in which all the office workers can be done by this. So, what happens in the mind of the social engineering, how they do it, how they make you fool. So, they are more like an actor than hackers. So, they have the more acting power, they act like a actor, they easily act like they are your friend. They learn to know how people feel by observing their actions. Means they are observing you, that how do you are reacting by their observations. They can alter these feelings by changing what they say and do, by praising you, by motivating you. They know about you and make the victim want to give them the information they need. So, they are more the actor, the more they are observing their actions, they changing your feelings by tricking, by gestures, and they making you a victim and get your data. So, how can we protect ourselves from these social engineers? So, we should know that we should never give out our usernames, our passwords, अपने ID numbers, our PIN numbers, server names, system information, credit card numbers, our schedules of the data, that what we are doing, where we are going, from where we are coming, from which way we are coming, which bank is, whatever your bank, whatever your account details, your all sensitive data should be kept disclosed from any of the person. We should never give out these data to anyone to protect us from the social engineering. So, some of the techniques for the social engineering are the web. Web is the very common scenario which we are choosing for such purposes, like Facebook, all such social networking sites like Facebook, Orkut, Twitter. So, in which we easily give our snaps, our personal information, our phone number, our email IDs easily on the internet. So, hackers have the very easy way from which access your data is the web. So, on the social networking sites, we should never give our personal sensitive data, because this is the easily prone to the hackers. Hacker can easily access your data, they can make use of your data for your bad self. Then is the phone calling. Like we all know that sometimes we get the phone calls from the from our service providers, like from our doctors. They said, I am your doctor. They said, I am your I am talking from your bank, please give me your PIN card, so please give me your account number. So these are the phone calling is also one of the techniques. They said, we are from LIC, we are from uh, uh, any of the websites that they can want to get your data. So on the phones which are coming from the unknown numbers, we should never give our sensitive data to them. The next is the phone system, PBX system, in which your all the details are stored, you're hidden, in which the hack can also access your data. The next is the email spoofing. Like some junk mails are there. They said, you won this much lottery, that much lottery, you give our number, you give our account details so that we can put money in that, etc. So these are all are the fake mails supposed to be, or these are the from the social engineering mails, in which we should never give our personal or sensitive data. Then is the phishing attacks. Phishing attack is the same as the attack from the emails, and which can, if they ask for your personal data, so we should never give our personal data on the internet. The next is the shoulder surfing. It is also one of the way through which the social engineering can be. Your PA and your colleague, when you are using your bank account details, etc., on by standing beside you, they can get your personal data. Suppose what you are typing, what you are asking, what are types of data you are giving, etc., on the internet. So we should take care that. So like you can see in this picture, the secretary is standing behind the person and he is watching what he is doing on the computer. So it you should be very careful when somebody is standing nearby you. So you should never feed your passwords, your sensitive data to the computer also. The next is the keyboard logging or ghost. Keyboard logging is obviously they apply something on the keyboard. When you touch the keys, they know which of the keys you have touched, etc. So in this way they can also guess your passwords by getting some information about you. Then there is the caller ID spoofing. By changing their identity over the internet, they sometimes we get the phone number, we are not getting the number from where we are getting the response call. So this type of can also be the way in which we can be the victim of the social engineering. The next is the impersonation. Impersonation is like they are act like a actor, they are act like a your well wisher, but in reality they are not. The next type of computer network attack is the guessing passwords. Guessing passwords is also a easiest way for the hackers when they know information about you, like your spouse name, your children's name, your date of birth, your spouse date of birth, your personal information, your favorite number, your favorite color, your house name, your car number, etc. Because sometimes or mostly we are in such a habit to take or to accept such type of passwords so that we can easily remember that. But these passwords also can be easily guessed by some social engineer. So guessing password is a technique using software to test all possible combinations to gain entry into a system or a network. Suppose you type the four keywords, four letters. So using that four numbers, they are guessing or making possible combinations to gain the system. So some attacks speed up this process by trying commonly used combinations first. For example, words in the dictionaries, etc. So this is also a way in which computer security can be compromised. So some suggested solutions for this guessing passwords are, so how you can stop this, or how you can make yourself aware that so your password will not be easily guessed. First is enforce sound password policies, like it is mandating minimum length of the password or periodic changes in the password. Next is the enforce stringent access control. For example, disable user IDs after multiple unsuccessful login attempts. So suppose somebody attempts to uh, disable or guess your password, so it should be their sub criteria that after some multiple unsuccessful logon your ID must be disabled. The next is meticulously changes all possible default password on critical network components. Then is provide adequate guidance to customers on security precautions. So one of the technique for the social engineering is piggyback door entry, that is the tailgate. It means suppose you are making or creating the software from some developer, and when developer has finished all of his work, he can uh, make such a provision to enter into your system without your knowledge. That system or that type of access is known as the backdoor entry, because your front doors are not be front doors will be changed by the actual user, their username, passwords, etc. But the developer has taken the provision to enter your system without your knowledge. It is also one of the way in which this social engineering can be done. The next is the bugs and backdoors. So, a backdoor is a method of bypassing normal authentication procedure. Many computer manufacturers pre-install backdoors on their system to provide technical support for customers, and hackers typically use this backdoor to secure remote access to a computer and while attempting to remain hidden from casual inspection. To install backdoor, hackers use either Trojan horse or the computer worm. And the pieces of the program code written into applications or operating system to grant programmers access to programs without the need to go through the normal security controls. And these bugs and backdoors can either recognize some special sequence of inputs, or it is triggered by being run from a certain user ID, which is then granted special access rights accordingly. And programmers typically use backdoors to achieve faster access to facilitate debugging or monitoring of the program that they are developing. So, backdoor become a problem when the programmer forget to remove a backdoor after debugging. So, further, an attacker can create a backdoor for his future access after gaining access to an account. After obtaining certificate from vendor that the product contain no undocumented backdoor and accept system only from a trusted sources, they put in a place stringent system development and change control procedures such that system can normally be put into production use only after through testing to confirm that no backdoor have been included in the systems. So, regular integrity check on programs used in the production to ensure that the programs have not been altered. The next is the authenticate failure. Authenticate failure is due to device denying the connection. When you attempt to guessing the passwords after multiple attempts, your authentication for the entering the system will be failed. So, authentication failure is due to incorrect password, and when authentication fails due to incorrect password, a dialog prompting the user to enter their authentication passwords appear. The current password is being displayed but the masked with asterisks. So, this is all about the authentication failure. The next is the protocol failure. In crypto systems where the message is being converted to numbers which are then acted on, there are several pitfalls which need to be avoided, known as the protocol failure. The first is the dictionary attack. A dictionary attack on a crypto system occurs when it is possible to take all the components that are used to make up a plain text and encrypt them separately. And RSA is the common module failure. In this problem occur when we choose the wrong random numbers for making the key. As we all know, crypto system is the system in which we send the data in the encoded form, which is also known as the cipher text, which is encoded at the sending end and decoded or decrypted at the receiving end with the same key. So, this encryption is the reason for the failure of this encryption, or you can say protocol, is also of choosing the wrong random number or very common random number which can be easily guessed by somebody, and your all of the key is being stolen, and which can lead to the failure of your network security. The next is denial of services attack. What is denial of services attack? The main aim to stop the victim's machine from doing it a required job. This is what is denial of services, that it is stops the machine from doing the required job, because the resources which they are using is taken back from them and the server unable to provide service to legitimate clients. This also damages done varies from minor inconvenience to the major financial losses. So, when your resources are not doing work, your machines are not working properly, then we said it is the denial of services attack. So, these denial of services attack are bandwidth consumption, because attacker uses all of your bandwidth, all available bandwidth used by the attackers. Then the resource consumption means all the resources like web server, print server, mail server flooded with the useless request, and you are not able to use your servers. Then this network connectivity. The attacker forces the server to stop communication on the network. For example, that is the synchronized flooding. Then not targeted at gaining access to the network or system, means they do not want to be the gain your access to your system, but their aim is at disrupting the service of the network or system under attack by flooding it more information or service requests than it can handle. The denial of services attack can be intimated at one or multiple sources. Then is the denial of some suggested solution for this denial of services attack are: in a distributed denial of service attack, a single attacker deliberately introduces denial of services attack programs into dozens or even hundreds of other systems by various techniques of online attacks. The attacker then simultaneously initiate all those denial of services attack programs to bombard the target network or system. So, when you are not using your resources, your bandwidth, your memory space, it means the denial of services attack is there. and it is also an attempt to make a computer resources unavailable to the intended user. Means for what exactly intended user this service is being is there, he is unavailable for that. Typically it targets are high profile web servers, because these web servers are making the